Hey everyone, my name's Kristen and welcome to my Cathedral garden. If you're new here, I am a second year homeschooling mom. I have 4 kiddos and they are in 4th grade, 2nd grade, kindergarten, and one is 3 years old. I am a former elementary education teacher and come from a long line of educators, and so this homeschool journey for sure has been interesting as I try to meld what I knew and was taught and saw my entire life into the beauty of homeschooling and how that is different than public education. Anyway, that was a really long intro to say welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to have an honest motherhood chat, and you're going to see in a little bit that I actually filmed this video earlier and had on a completely different outfit, and so there's that. But the reason I'm coming to you right now, and it's actually the day before this video comes out, is because today was really hard. It was just it's been a hard couple of weeks homeschool wise. I don't know if you can tell, I had makeup on earlier. I have cried it all off. Tonight my husband made me leave and go sit in the bath and just stop moving for a little bit, and so I thought, it really would not be the honest motherhood chat video if I didn't honestly show where I was and where I am. And granted, I did not pre-film this video too long ago, and a lot of the things that were hard and real talk motherhood then are still what is happening right now. But I just thought I would give you a little intro and kind of introduce this video in saying, sometimes motherhood is really hard. Can you hear my dog in the background? He's snoring. It's really hard, and there's some days where you're gonna cry and take a bath while you eat a brownie bite and kind of just pull yourself back together, and that's okay. It's okay. We weren't meant to do this alone, so I'm so grateful that the Lord has given us His Word and Himself, but also just other people that have walked the road before us or are walking it alongside us. Which brings me to the fact that this is a collaboration with some other mamas. It's put on by Val from Ivy Wildlings Academy. I'll link her down below, and I will link the playlist where you can find these other mamas, and I encourage you, after you watch this one, to go watch theirs and just hopefully be encouraged, whether it's by the fact of what these ladies have done to get themselves out of slumps or ruts or whatever, what have you, or just to know you're not alone and that everyone is walking through something that's difficult, more than likely, and that, to be reminded that the Lord made seasons. And so anyway, without further ado, here is our video for a real motherhood talk. Okay, so I titled this when I wrote down talking about what videos I would like to film. This one I just wrote real talk and mom overwhelm, and so I thought this is just going to be a where I am currently in my life and what this year is looking like so far and how I'm feeling about where we are and all the things. And so yeah, just kind of wanting to have some real talk, because guys, I don't know if y'all know this, homeschooling is hard. And yes, I say that in just like tongue-in-cheek, but it really is, especially this year. I was a classroom teacher, an elementary education major. My mom is in education, my grandmother, my dad, like everyone and their dog in my family has been in education. So I know what a classroom looks like. And in a classroom you have more than 4 children, so you have a lot, of kids, but they're all at the same level. So you're teaching all these different kids, but you're able to teach them kind of at once, the one thing. So all of my little first graders were all learning phonics, and we would teach a lesson on phonics that these kiddos would learn. And so there are challenges within that. Obviously, you've got different levels and kids that have, you know, there's all those kinds of little things, but it was a central thing to focus on. And with homeschool, as you know, it's not quite that way. So this year of teaching 3 completely different grades has proven to be a doozy, to say the least. And it's not, I don't want you to hear me say, like, I don't like it, I don't like what I'm doing. I'm going to take a drink because this is real talk. Because that's not it at all. I really am enjoying the ages that my kids are. We don't have anyone potty training or in diapers right now for the first time in 10 years. So I'm really enjoying it. I feel like this is one of our last 1 or 2 years of everyone being a kid, kind of all being in the same space. We're about to move into, my oldest is 10, just turned 10. And so we're about to move into that preteen, teen phase with him, which I am excited for, but I'm trying desperately to cling on to this last year of childhood in my head. That's what this year and next year probably are for us. So I'm loving where we are in our family, but as far as school, this has been really difficult for me as the facilitator and the educator and the teacher and the mom to figure out how this thing is going to work. I told my husband the other day, I felt like I just was meeting myself, my earring just fell out. Oh my word. Seriously, that's crazy. Let's just take them out, shall we? Walmart though, guys. So I was sitting there and I told my husband the other day, as I was just looking around, and there was laundry on the couch still, and it was like 9:30 and the kids had finally gone to bed, and I'd finally been able to clean up the kitchen after going to soccer, and you know, I mean, and looking around and knowing how hard I had worked that day, and you couldn't tell. So I was sitting there and I was like, I feel like I am just meeting myself, coming and going, and kind of like it's such a disconnect. Like, I know I'm working hard, and so I'm proud of myself in that aspect, but I feel like that there is something that I could be doing to make it more seamless and to make it like, surely I'm missing a component somewhere. And I do think that's semi-true. I think, you know, and social media, I think, takes up too much of everyone's world and everyone's time. And I've honestly tried to, I've set timers and stuff on my phone because that is a lot of small amounts of time that are stolen from me that I can give back to myself. Even if I just look at it, you know, 4 times a day for 5 minutes a day, that's 20 minutes, and I can read a chapter in 20 minutes. So that I know is a big component, and one of the things that maybe I just need to be more strict with myself on is really, really, really hardcore monitoring my social media consumption. But I also feel like it's just very stacked. Nothing really goes together, and I really want it to. And I know that that's probably just, and so just let me back up. Nothing really goes together, and I really want it to. And so I'm trying to decide, is that something I can remedy, or is that just this year that we are in, teaching kindergarten, 2nd, and 4th, and how different those are. So that's kind of where I am, and just just knowing that this season I am working harder, I think, than I've ever worked in my entire life. Gone are the days of like the mundane that are also just as hard, but like the toddler years that are just wiping noses and kissing boo-boos and changing diapers and, you know, keeping a house clean. But in those days, there's no soccer practice or, you know, limiting of like trying to figure out how much screen time is too much and what am I going to let you look at and how am I going to let you grow up in this way, but with parameters. Like all of that stuff is not an issue in those sweet years. And I finally figured out now that I'm out of them that is what those mamas were talking about when they're like, oh, you're going to miss this, you're going to miss this. And I just remember being in the stage of like all littles and all toddlers, everyone under 4 or 5, and feeling as if I was losing my mind, because in reality you probably are just a little bit. You're the only sane person in your house. Like no one else has, like their brain hasn't like formed their reason compartment yet, and so you can say go tie your shoes and that will lead into World War III. And then so at the same time somebody's being potty trained as is made a mess on the floor or something like that. Like so there, that it is hard. That season is so hard and it's exhausting. And I remember telling, like saying, oh yes, whenever those older mamas would say that to me, and thinking, well then if you miss it so much, come help me, come on, and I will go to a coffee shop and you can come and miss it again. But that's what they're talking about is the mundaneness and of that season. So we only have one that is napping now, and it just feels like every moment is filled. There is always something I could be doing. And so where I am currently, real talk, is trying to figure out if and where I'm being selfish on wanting more time to do X, Y, Z. Whether that is more time to read or more time to film these or more time to look up things I want to look up. Stuff like that. More time to devote to you name it. And then also trying to figure out, is this how life just is? Because it's full and it's good. I'm not saying that it's bad, but is this I guess my thing I've always wondered is what's the level of normal? Am I close to it, quote unquote normal? I understand, or ease, I guess. Should it be like this, or can I do something to get it to where there's a better function? That is the space in which I feel like I am living in right now. Is that at the end of the day, I can come to it and know that there's always something else I could have done. And it's never, ever complete. And sometimes that's a little hard and it's a little frustrating. And that's okay. I used to be able to do school while cleaning up a bunch of stuff or doing the laundry and changing over that. So that was last year. That is not the case any longer. I am working one-on-one a lot throughout the day for the first time in a really long time. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And so lowering maybe I just need to lower my expectations of myself. I don't know. So yeah, that's just the real talk of this 30-something mom of 4 that is just trying to figure it out and trying to do her best in all areas. So yeah, I don't know if any of y'all relate to that, but one of the things that I wanted whenever I started this channel and my Instagram is I did not want it to be such a cultivated space that it felt unattainable, or it felt like you're living this life that I could never live because you've got this, and this easy. Whether that's money or help or a big house or whatever, or a small house, but land, or, the comparison game. I did not want that to be part of my space. I wanted just real life pictures that are not completely overly edited. I am not a photographer. I don't see dimension real well, and just in general. I don't make things beautiful just by nature. Like, I don't look at that and think, ooh, I could do this and that would make that look so much better. Stuff like that. I wanted it to just be a quote unquote, just average
I'm your average mom. So that's what I'm hoping this is. I want you to know here that I can maybe have an idea for some of the systems and maybe have ways that things work, and I'm going to try my hardest. There will always be effort given, but this is not a perfect place. I mean, I could show you around right now and all these things, all the things that are just out and about, sitting out all around me that are just pushed off camera. So I hope that, I don't know, this video has been helpful. If you are experiencing that, know you're not alone. Let me know I'm not alone in the comments below. That would be awesome. If you have experienced that and you found ways that have helped you to navigate through this feeling, or to know that it's okay, and or whatever, let me know. That would be great. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here, please think about subscribing. It really does help my little bitty slice of the internet. It just helps me out a ton. And if you want to know whenever I post new stuff, there is a notification bell. You can hit that and that will alert you whenever I do things on YouTube. So thanks so much for being here, you guys. Thanks for watching.